Get back to me. Well, Don, that was a tough way to start a game. It was the first 8 minutes, no ball.
Mate, look, they, the boys seem to love to grind their way in. They make a couple of mistakes, and I'll tell you, the Titans, they took advantage of those mistakes, and they were making us pay at that line. They were going hard at us.
The other thing, you only give up 4 points.
Sorry?
You only give up 4 points.
Yeah, we only gave up 4 points, but in that set, in that first half. But
Mate, there was a minute just before half time.
Yep.
And then a minute after half time.
Yep.
You seem to put the game on its head with us. Yeah, it can just turn like that, can't it?
The wonderful thing about these footballers is that we're very, very lucky to have 16 of these footballers played in last year's grand final.
Yep.
And of those 16, so they've all got a premiership, and of those 16, 9 have got 2 premierships. So when it comes to a crunch and a bit of class and having to make some really quick decisions under stress, we have the ability now to do that with the amount of leaders we have in the team.
The thing that struck me just before half time, you could have easily just kicked it out, walked in for half time, but the body language of that side said, no, we're going to score a try before half time. Yeah, that's a sign of a champion side, isn't it?
Exactly right. And look, even going back 1 week when we played the Broncos and we were going to hold them to 0, but at first I was quite annoyed because I was standing right behind Karen and I heard the snake say, get it over the top and we'll go. And I thought to myself, no, go bounce, drop on that ball, But you know what? Well, I thought about it and I thought, well, hold on, that's what a reflection of the amount of energy and confidence these men have, where they were just ready to go again. And so I took that as a very positive sign, as opposed to a careless sign of ball control.
I did ask Jeff in there about we've watched teams out of the 8 playing teams in the 8, and they can give you a nasty shock at times, can't they?
Yeah. Look, when I first started here with Des, we were that team. Running around at the bottom and then getting to the end of the season and doing a bit of damage. It is a tough ask, but it's mentally it's a great training arena for you to turn your head on. And and tonight I was really proud that the boys they worked hard, and then when we thought that they were just going to take their foot off that pedal too much, they suddenly realised when they had their backs down there at that line that these Titan boys weren't going away.
Just straighten the whole issue up. There's been talk. Is it just a myth? Second half wobbles? No.
Absolutely not. I think if anything, I think the one story that started that was when we got all those injuries against Newcastle. Newcastle always going to punish you. Great players all over the field and plenty of speed. But as for second half wobbles, I think we are guilty of perhaps trying to do too much. And as I think you'll find that a lot of the second half wobbles are also attributed to mistakes that we make when we're pushing too hard.
In that second half, though, Manly seemed to be a side that likes the flowing game, fast play the balls and plenty of speed. It was a stop-start in that second half, and it jolted, penalties. Drop ball, and it just seemed to stop your momentum a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, look, it did, and I think it was an unusually. There was a lot of whistleblowing in that, which I certainly wouldn't, put anything of that onto the refs. But that was a little unusual, and there were, it was very stop and start. But you get to that point towards the end of the game, 20 minutes, and to Titans' credit, they certainly weren't going to go away.
They come to play, didn't they?
They bloody came to play, and they were ready to stand their ground in their area and say, look, you're not going to get it easy. And that stop-start sort of play did throw us out a bit, but we pulled it together and we knew what we had to do. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Do you know what has to be done to get the points? And we are a team that knows what has to be done and when it has to be done.
You've re-signed Stewart for another 4 years, and he just showed why you want him for another 4 years, didn't he, tonight? Every time he touched the ball, up went the danger sign.
Yeah, look, he's a sensational player, and he's a sensational person. Yeah. And to have him around the club, besides his football, which wins games for us, to have him beside us, and in our club is a great leadership role and a really knowledgeable, experienced player that can bring a lot of advice even to myself when dealing with the men in different situations.
Yeah. Next week, possibly the Bulldogs.
I hope so.
You hope so?
I hope so.
Yeah. Does it really matter though?
No. I'll tell you a team that I think is the bogey team here is those Cowboys. You know, geez, they worked us hard when we beat them up there, but it was a hard win. But they're the team that I see as the biggest threat, and you know, I'm hoping someone else can deal with them. But you know, our boys are ready to take on any challenger.
Any challenger talk.
Any challenger.
The young halfback, I was talking to Gary about the young halfback you've got, the Cherry Evans. He's a great player.
Yep.
If you got picked in that test side, you'd want to see him play, wouldn't you?
Look,
you can't put him on the bench playing.
No, look, and you know, there's a lot of people they would admit he's a tough bugger.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't look that big, you know, but he's a great ball player. He's got fantastic, you know, peripheral, and he's got all his skills. But he is a really tough individual on the field. Yeah.
It's a good time. You've really shown a bit of form now. This is the time you've got to show form. It's no good showing at the beginning of the season or mid. Now's the time to show your stars, isn't it, and really get on with the game.
Yeah, look, it is. I'm very fortunate. I have a fantastic staff that work with me in the high performance and especially my medical staff, outstanding. And that form you're talking about, well, you know, that's those three coaches who just, you know, Jeff is a very particular coach. He wants something done and he wants it done this way. He'll allow you a little bit of space, but at the end of the day, he knows how it's going to be done, and yeah, he's very particular about that.
First year coach, done a great job.
He's done a fantastic job, and I'm really fortunate and happy that I stayed here and worked with Jeff, and I'm hoping that it's going to be the start of something, yeah, a lot of years for Jeff.
Yeah. Okay, Donnie, thanks for talking to us, mate.
You're welcome, mate.
Thanks, Don.
Cheers, boys.
Good, mate.
You know I love a talk.
That's all right, mate. We like talkers.
Contact me later on, because I am been here a long time now, so
yeah.
I'm happy if you're around to tidy up some stuff for you and have a work.
Yeah. So, okay, thanks for that.
All the best, Don. Safe
I'll send you a little link with this. I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Yeah, try and make my voice sound like a bit sweeter. I'm starting to sound like
We make the sound like George Clooney, mate.
Maybe look like him.
I haven't turned this off yet.
Yeah.